Hey, my name is Riley Sexsmith. I drive the NV Auto drift cars, the Toyota GT86 and the Subaru STI, both 2JZ powered. So, as many of you may have heard or may not have heard now's your chance to hear, we are taking a break from competitive drifting this year. So, no more Formula Drift for this season. Instead, we're going to shift our focus to fun events, party events, and getting kind of back to the roots of going out, driving with your friends, having fun, getting as much seat time as possible, and at the same time spending some more time with the cars, getting them set up to as good as they can be. So we're going kind of back to the core of what drifting's about. We're going to go have some fun, trying to hit up as many GRIDLIFE events as possible this year. So as many as they'll let us go to, we plan to be there. So the big two events this year for us will be the two GRIDLIFE festivals. The first one being GRIDLIFE Midwest at Gingerman, and the second one being GRIDLIFE Alpine Horizon at Pikes Peak International Raceway, which I'm really looking forward to. That is going to replace Atlanta. So I love Road Atlanta. The track is incredible. The facility itself is incredible. But GRIDLIFE decided not to return. I don't know the whole story on it. I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get to go back, but I'm really, really excited to go and drive at Pikes Peak because Colorado is beautiful. I've never been to the facility, but I saw the footage from last year and it looks incredible. So I'm really looking forward to learning a new track, getting to check out a new state, and it should be quite an adventure for everybody involved. I mean, there's so many things that I love about GRIDLIFE. I think the main theme is just the whole atmosphere, the relaxed atmosphere. I'm a competitive person. I like competition, but it's also very stressful. GRIDLIFE allows you to just relax and have fun, and I think a byproduct of that is actually better driving because you're just worried about having fun with your friends as opposed to trying to meet someone else's criteria. In that, there's so many fun things that go with these events. Something that we can't do in FD is take people for ride-alongs, which I love to do. Anyone that's never experienced drifting, you really have a different appreciation for it once you've been in the car and you really experience it from a first-person perspective. It changes everything. It's one thing to see it from across a track or from the grandstands, but to actually be in the car with all the other sensations going on, it's incredible. So the more chances I have to scare people, the better. And then it's not so formal. Even when you go to like an actual race event with open pits, there's always kind of like a divide. Like there's guys in their race suits and you meet them at an autograph table. At GRIDLIFE, it's just like hanging out with your boys. You may bump into Von Gittin or Forsberg, just like hanging out, drinking a beer after hours. It's the most relaxed environment, and it just allows fans to interact with drivers as if you were just hanging out at like a house party with your friends. So it's a totally different vibe that I absolutely love. And also the seat time. There's so much driving in one GRIDLIFE event. It's almost like 2 seasons of full competitive drifting. So not only is it more fun, but it's also a good training tool to learn more. You're always learning. You never have learned everything there is to know about driving. So the more time you can spend in the car, the better. So the on-track environment is one thing with GRIDLIFE, but what really separates it from a lot of other events is the after party or after hours shenanigans. So once the track goes cold at 7, most events, you're like, all right, day's done, we'll go back to the hotel, have a nap. GRIDLIFE, it's just getting started. So we get into all sorts of silly situations at all sorts of different places. But there's also, for people who may not be super familiar with motorsports, because there's the entire concert and music festival side, it introduces a whole nother group of people who may otherwise have never been to a motorsports event. It immerses them in something new. And same for us. Like I've seen all sorts of musical acts that I've never heard of or seen, and it kind of turns me on to different genres and everything else, but it's a commingling of different groups of people. So it's a really, really good way to introduce non-motorsports people or people who aren't super sure and really get them involved on a different level. So it's great. That covers it, really. I just like the chill atmosphere, really. You just get to draw. It's like when you first started drifting, when you just used to go to the track for fun with your friends. It's like, that's what it is. It's just, you get to do that, but also drive with the best drivers in the sport on really, really, really good racetracks. So it's like going out with your boys for an afternoon at the track, elevated to like the top level it could be without making it, you know, it's not stifling it in any way. It's still super open and fun. Aside from the two big festivals, which are the main GRIDLIFE events, there's 3 more that they've added now to the schedule that were traditionally more like track battle and time attack events, and they've brought drifting in, which is fantastic because that means now we get to drive a couple more tracks that I've never been to. Mid-Ohio is going to be kind of in the middle of the season, and that's exciting. Anyone that watches sports car racing, that track's been around forever. Everyone that I've spoken to loves it. I've never been there, but it's an opportunity now to drive that. And we're also going to Audubon Country Club just outside Chicago, which will be another fun event. Again, new track. Anytime I can go to a new track, I'm happy. New corners, new everything. And it gives you a chance to learn. And some diversity. Diversity is good, you know, broadens your horizons, like traveling. So there'll be 5 events in total. Starts with the Midwest Fest, and then it's going to go to Audubon, and then Mid-Ohio, Pikes Peak, and then we come back at the end of the season. There's another fall event at Gingerman again, which should be really fun because I can imagine it's really pretty there in the fall too. All right, yeah, so we are super excited to be doing these 5 events with GRIDLIFE this season. Also really excited to get to know a lot more of our fans out there. So if any year is the year you've been thinking of going to GRIDLIFE, make it this one. There's more events than ever. The venues are incredible. I strongly encourage you to come out, find us, say hello, check out the cars, check out the rig, say hi to all the team members. Like, everything's open. So come hang out with us, have a couple beers. Maybe we'll get you out in the car. We'll see. Who knows? But definitely come by, say hi. If you're anywhere in the Midwest, if you're in Colorado and you've seen us online, whatever, come out, say hello, give me a high five, hug, whatever. I don't care. But come get involved. It's super fun, and I highly encourage everyone to get out to at least one if you can this year. I'm just trying to think. So favorite moments. They're maybe broken into 2 categories, on-track moments and off-track moments. Yeah. So I would say Midwest, favorite on-track was when you said to do a 360 at Midwest, and then I just casually attempted one. It almost got it too. That was pretty fun. I liked that event, and that. The storm was pretty wild too, that rolled in. I don't know if you remember that. I do. Favorite off-track moment of Midwest was after that massive rainstorm. I think it was the 2nd year we were there, and there was the huge mud pit in the campgrounds, and just watching people like bury their like slammed cars, and oh man, that was hilarious. South moment, favorite South moment. Probably the first time drifting 12. That I was so pumped on that. And like everyone's talking this corner up forever and ever and ever. And to finally get to try and slide down the hill at the wall and do it without dying was pretty sweet. And then I think favorite off-track moment, there was probably falling off the front of the golf cart and almost getting run over. That was pretty entertaining. Luckily, I don't even know. Oh, it was Osbo. Okay, yeah. Anyway, it's just there was so many people on it. I was hanging off the front and just lost my footing and tucked and rolled. And luckily I didn't get run over, but that was entertaining. And everyone else seemed to get a kick out of it too. So it was good. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please give us a like or subscribe and stay tuned. We're gonna have a ton more content this year. We even have, if you're wondering about this, we have a feature video out on this. This is my boy Scott's car. We're doing a K-swap in this, and we'll feature all sorts of other builds we got going on at the shop, detail all sorts of events we're going to. So if you can't make it out in person, stay tuned online. We'll have all of our footage from the entire season and all sorts of behind the scenes stuff going on. Or if you can, come out and say hello in person.